Hi and welcome back to the Nordic Watch channel. I'm Anders from Finland and today I will be reviewing something completely different from what you are used to on the channel. The watch model is the U-Series Blue Planet by Ciga design, and I bet that it's something you've never seen the likes of at this price category. The looks are more reminiscent of something extravagant from a jewelry brand like Jacob & Co. watch, but this Ciga design is priced well at $1,000 for the stainless steel version and $1,200 for the titanium version. These prices are on Ciga Design's own website, and prices of course vary depending on where and when you get it. By the time of this recording, you can get it for about €1,000 on Germany's Amazon. Affiliate links to the US and UK also in the description below. Now, during the past couple of years, I've been approached by several watch brands asking for me to review their product in exchange for getting one myself. I've usually declined these offers since I didn't find the watch itself interesting. This was a clear exception in these offers, and when Ciga Design reached out to me with the Blue Planet, it piqued my interest and I said yes. So be aware that this product has been gifted to me, but I have the freedom to say what I want about it. If you're unfamiliar with Ciga Design, you can go to their website at cigadesign.com to learn more. Firstly, some background information in case you have never heard of this brand or this watch. In November 2021, the Ciga Design U-Series Blue Planet won the GPHG Challenge Watch prize for the best nominated watch with a retail price below 3,500 Swiss francs, which is approximately 3,700 euros. The GPHG stands for the Grand Prix of Horology in Geneva. I will spare you from my efforts to pronounce it exactly in French, but on the screen you can see the official name of the event. Anyway, this event is the watch industry's annual award ceremony, and it is considered as the Oscars of watchmaking. So, Ciga Design was founded in 2016 by Zhang Jianmin, sorry for butchering that, in Shenzhen, China, where it is still headquartered today. This was the first time ever in the award's 21-year-long history that a Chinese brand won one of these coveted Grand Prix awards, and I think that it's kind of a big deal. It's a strong indication that the watch world now takes Chinese brands seriously and recognizes their innovative accomplishments. There's some serious competition at that event, and all of the Swiss heavy hitters, so to say, are present. I also think that it's kind of cool and noteworthy that the winner of the sub 3,500 euro or so category costs around 1,000 euros. Now, that's enough of an intro, let's get to the watch itself. Quickly about the packaging, I rarely cover packaging anymore, but I think this is worth a mention, since they went through some effort to make it special. The Blue Planet arrives in a flat, book-like box. On the first page it has a poem that describes the inspiration behind the design, with some statistics about the Earth and an image of how the world will look if sea levels rise by 6 meters. The next page has the phrase, "Mankind has only one Earth," in different languages. I couldn't find it in Finnish or Swedish though, which was disappointing. There's a cutout showcasing the watch, and finally the watch itself is on the next page. The pages that follow have instructions, specs, and also some information about Ciga Design as a company as well as the founder Zhang Jianmin. So where to start off with this peculiar watch? I don't usually start off with the dial, but this time I think I have to. It makes quite a striking first impression with the beautiful three-dimensional globe made out of aluminium. The globe has some clear 3D shapes made with what Ciga Design calls micro-carving technology, the most pronounced shapes being the Himalayas in that region of course. A rich metallic blue color is representing the sea masses. The stunning dial or the Earth is protected by a double-domed sapphire crystal, which in turn represents the Earth's atmosphere. This might be a reach, but I personally figure that even the shiny numerals around the globe could be seen as to represent stars in the otherwise pitch-black space surroundings surrounding the globe. The double-dome sapphire makes sure that the views of the beautiful globe are not distorted in any way, and I think it works great in that regard. It's still quite prone to reflections though, and this was one of the more difficult watches to film for me personally, but that all comes with the heavily domed shape of the crystal. As you probably noticed quite quickly, the watch doesn't have any hands in the traditional meaning of the word, so how do you tell the time? This is probably one of the reasons why this watch model is award-winning. The outermost circle tells the hours, and the inner circle tells the minutes. The one and only hand is the globe itself, with a compass logo being the actual indicator showing both the minutes and hours in one go. This is achieved by the innovative movement used in this watch. So when the globe rotates 30 degrees forward, which means 1 hour, the minute circle rotates 390 degrees forward, instead of the traditional 30 degrees and 360 degrees ratio. In this case, the minutes hand has to catch up with the hour hand and needs the additional 30 degrees per hour. It's quite an elegant solution, and I really like this approach. It takes some getting used to, and the numerals are quite small, but once you get used to it, I think it's pretty straightforward. At first I had some issues telling the time quickly, and I often misread the time if it was close to the hour, let's say 7:57 or 8:03. But I learned to start looking if the compass is before or past the hour to get past this problem and to kind of orient myself. The movement was developed in collaboration with the well-known manufacturer Ciga and had to be custom developed, of course, in order to achieve this sort of unique gear ratio. To my knowledge, it's a modified version of a ETA 2824 clone movement with 30 joules and a 40-hour power reserve. The accuracy specs by Ciga Design are -15 to +30 seconds per day. I measured mine, and it's ticking away at a healthy +7.4 seconds a day. It seems like the movement does wind in both rotor directions, which is good. Quite a crafty idea and well executed. The finishing looks quite adequate for this price category, clearly a step up from entry-level movements like the Seiko 4R36 for example. And as you can see, there is also the recognition of the GPHG Challenge Award victory on the see-through case back. The case offers 30 meters of water resistance, which is about as much as you would expect with an extravagant watch like this one. The movement has smooth hand winding. The push-pull crown has a ghost position in the middle, but let's not forget what price category this watch competes in. It's not a surprise given all the other things that drive up the manufacturing costs in a watch like this. Think about all the kind of custom things you have to start from scratch in order to make this, so some cost cutting is just going to be there. The outward position is used to rotate both the earth, meaning basically the hour hand, as well as the inner circle, which corresponds to the minute hand. The round case is 46 millimeters in diameter, all round of course. I think that's somewhat shaped like a spaceship. It's a very interesting and different shape overall. In this particular model, the case is made out of stainless steel, but there's also a lighter titanium version available. This steel version weighs in at 118 grams, while the titanium version, to my knowledge, weighs a little bit over 80 grams. The thickness is 15 millimeters with the heavily domed sapphire, and even though the so-called lug-to-lug measurement might be a little bit weird with this kind of design, that measurement is 31 millimeters in this case. The width of the strap is 22 millimeters, so with a 46 millimeter diameter and a 15 millimeter thickness, how do you think it will wear on my 6.5 inch wrist? Guess again, because the unusual shape of the case, it wears nothing like its traditional dimensions. The thickness is largely due to the domed sapphire, and there is no added height by downward facing lugs, as the lugs are kind of carved into the case with that 31 millimeter lug to lug. So it really wears surprisingly small on my small wrist. If some sort of traditional watch had these dimensions, I don't think I would be anywhere close to pulling it off. The rubber strap that comes with the watch is actually superbly comfortable, and by far the most comfortable rubber strap that I've experienced. Now it's worth to mention that I very rarely wear rubber straps, so I'm not the best guy to review a rubber strap either. The blue strap is made out of something called fluorine rubber, which is very soft and flexible. It comes with quick release spring bars, and the hardware seems very solid. A nicely brushed stainless steel clasp adds some refinement in my opinion, some subtle branding also on the clasp. I love the fact that the strap has these built-in keepers for the rubber loops that keeps the extra part of the strap nice and secure. The watch is really comfortable on the wrist thanks to the strap. Even though the strap is nice, I think maybe the silicone strap could be something more suiting for formal attire, although quite many high-end watches come on silicone straps, if you think about some Patek Philippe's or Audemars Piguet's. But those watches are often more sports watches, and I don't think of this Ciga design as a sports watch. And it could work maybe on a leather strap or something, or even a mesh metal bracelet. So I think that about sums up all the facts about this watch, and it's time for some final comments before we wrap it up. So what do you get for your $1,000 or euros-ish? You get a very unique and yes, also quirky design with very solid finishing. Does it have some very unusual looks? Yes. Is it a conversation starter? Probably also yes. To be honest, it's not that often you come by a truly unique design anymore. Watches have been around for so long and you can only change so much about them in the end. But here you have something that's entirely different. To be honest, I can't really see myself wearing this every day. It's just not a match for my everyday style. But I could see that there are people who could pull this off. I will wear this to some more formal occasions to have a bit of flair to counterbalance otherwise formal clothing, and I'm looking forward to that. I think it's more of a watch for that kind of wearing rather than an everyday kind of watch. I think this is also more of a statement piece and also a work of art. It's very unique to get something this beautiful and special for a kind of affordable price in the end. But that's it for this video. Hope you found it informative. I'm happy to answer any questions in the comments, and please remember to like and subscribe. You can also check me out on Instagram at Nordic Watch Channel. As I said, there are also affiliate links in the description below, so check them out if you're going to do some Amazon shopping for Christmas or anything. It's a great way to help the channel out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.